has earned an unexpected, though well-deserved, reputation not in the legal field, but on the football field. Michael C. Leach is the head football coach of the Washington State University. In addition to being a New York Times best-selling author, Coach Leach is the architect of the innovative air raid offense that has literally transformed college and professional football. After graduating from the law school, Coach Leach began his coaching career as the assistant offensive line coach at Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, before eventually becoming offensive coordinator at both University of Kentucky and the University of Oklahoma. In 2000, he became the head coach of the Texas Tech University Red Raiders. During his tenure at Texas Tech, the Red Raiders went to a bowl game all 10 years and broke more than 150 NCAA, Big 12, and school records. Since becoming head coach of Washington State in 2011, Coach Leach has led the Cougars to 5 bowl appearances, the most of any coach in Washington State history. Last season, the team finished with an 11-2 record with an offense that led the nation in passing yards per game. Not surprisingly, Coach Leach's accomplishments have not gone unnoticed. In 2008 alone, he received 3 National Coach of the Year awards: the Woody Hayes Award, the Howie Long Field Turf Coach of the Year Award, and the George Munger Award. He also received the AFCA 2018 National Coach of the Year Award and the Pac-12 Conference's Co-Coach of the Year Award in both 2015 and 2018. We at Pepperdine are delighted to honor Mike as well, recognizing his outstanding service, dedication, and leadership as a coach. President Benton, I am proud to present Coach Mike C. Leach, member of the class of 1986, as the Pepperdine University School of Law's Distinguished Alumnus of 2018.
All right, well, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Pepperdine for bringing me back. Wow. It's been a long time. I'll tell you this. I'll bet you I'm not the only one here that for just an instant today thought about what it would be like to be Harry Potter. As I'm putting that robe on, I thought, this heck of a deal. This Harry Potter. I want to thank my wife who worked right up that hill for Wayne Wright in the field house. He was an athletic director here to help support my law school habit, later my coaching habit, and one of the things that stuck with me when I first got here, the first speech, the orientation where, you thought you were really cool when you got into law school, then you go to orientation, there's a bunch of other smart people sitting there, and you're kind of sizing them up. And one of the things that that they said was, you're not getting a degree in memorizing cases. You're not getting a degree in memorizing laws. You're getting a degree in problem solving. And of course, football presents a lot of problems to solve. There's a lot of problems in the world, and I think law school truly equips people to solve problems. And I think that, the fact of the matter is, and I think that I've always taken a pride in knowing that going through law school and is one of the toughest things that society has to offer. And that in the course of that, other challenges as they come up, if you can survive law school, if you can do law school, you can address those challenges. And like some of you sitting there, I imagine you're wondering what's next. And I wondered that for quite some time. Wondered what my passion was. I started coaching baseball when I was 15. In the state of Wyoming, you can drive a vehicle when you're 15, and I'm not suggesting that's a good idea, but you could. And I had a baseball team ages 15 through my sophomore year in college. And I kind of got the coaching bug there. And then I went straight to law school. Me and this fellow from Michigan State, we were the youngest people in the place. We'd go up and shamelessly ask people, how old are you? Because we were barely 22. And that was a distinction we jealously guarded. And then, and I would go out there on the infinity lunch deck and look out at the ocean, and I would think carefully, should I stay here or go down to that ocean, or should I go up in that library? Now, this is the most gorgeous law school there is on earth, and I think we all agree on that. However, the guts of a law school is the library, and our library is eerily similar to other law schools and libraries. And you go to your Carol, which is like your fort. You know, sometimes you put up books around it. And there's a dubious character or two out here in the audience that may not be above hiding books to diminish his competition when it comes to achieving on a paper or something like that. Back then you had more books. Now you can get it electronically, so it may be harder to get away with. But all of a sudden, key assignment books would disappear. And then, so it was a very competitive environment. And then I would think, you know, what do I want to do? And so as I went into the library, I'd read the newspaper, one article, then another article, then pretty soon I read them cover to cover, and everybody asked me, since I'm coaching football, who's going to win this game or that game? I don't have any idea. I know what our team does. But back when I was in law school, boy, I could tell you, I mean, I read those papers cover to cover. I knew who was going to win everything because I was procrastinating, going up there to read my books. And then I'd read Jerry Spence books because I was from Wyoming. Actually went to the same grade school he did, although he went there before I did. And Jerry Spence was a great trial attorney that had achieved and personified what I was hoping to do. And as I was wondering what my past should be, I sent him a letter one time. And I said, "Dear Jerry," I said, "you have accomplished and you've achieved, you know, what I hope to achieve, what I went to law school for. Do you love law? Do you guys still yell, I love law?" And then they repeat, "You gotta love the law." Well, they did back then. You know, you get to that tough period. You know, you go, you know, somebody in frustration, "I love law." And then, of course, rhetorically, they'd repeat, "You gotta love the law." Actually, when I was here, one guy got caught streaking down PCH yelling. I guess he'd had a particularly tough assignment or an outcome on his midterm or something. And then I said, "Do you love law? Do you hate law? If you had it to do over again, would you do the same thing?" And he sent me back a letter. He says, "Yes, I love law. Yes, I hate law. If I had it to do over again, I'd do it again." He says, "I'm consumed by law." He says, "I think about it all the time." He says, "I think about it all the time." He says, "If you're consumed by law, go be a great attorney. If you're not consumed by law, go do something else." In other words, follow your passion. Everybody here's got a passion, whether you've discovered it or not. Took me a couple years. And you know, and that was a great piece of advice. You know, what you're thinking about between the remote control on the television, the refrigerator, and your vehicle probably has something to do with what your passion is. And it was extremely good advice, and I always felt like it was incredibly advantageous to me to have graduated from Pepperdine University School of Law, because I didn't feel like I was prepared to meet challenges other people weren't, and to solve problems. Follow your passion, and there's a lot of problems, and we have great people here to solve them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Coach Leach, for representing Pepperdine with excellence and enthusiasm. It's our great privilege to welcome you back to Pepperdine's campus. We're also delighted